There's medium healing potions and stuff at least in here, but I would assume that it's probably pretty logical that you sometimes lose some like that anyway, so I think it will be fine. Jawless skull. I have to take a jawless skull. Python can pick up the resurrect scroll. She usually always uses it. She just has the points for that. Proud skulls. So many different skulls. There's a blasphemy something in here that I'll pick up too. So much stuff. Stuff everywhere.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure we have read all of these, but yeah, I left a medium healing potion here for you to pick up at least from the crowd.
Where's my mortar and pestle? There.
If only I could resurrect the poor rat. I want to resurrect the rat. He deserved to be alive.
I'm grounding all those skulls in the bone dust.
Okay.
Yay. I can move again.
You need to start healing yourself. Fire resistance potions, empty potion bottles for you.
Sweet relief.
I'm kind of wondering what happens if we actually use that cultist thing, but I'm just kind of afraid to actually go and use it myself. That freaking, like, a unholy altar. Like, I think we could, but I don't trust it. There's a lot of potion bottle thingies here. Like, every shelf has a potion bottle, and then you actually are carrying too much.
I'm always carrying too much.
Tube. We could be getting all this lab junk and empty bottles and stuff from here too, but they're not exactly items that we're supposed to take.
At least I can do something with the empty potion bottles. So I'm picking them up.
Yeah, but I think we can nonetheless keep it, because it's just like, it's more fun to keep when you go for the first time for a fight if you still manage to survive.
Yeah. I think we should keep it.
Yes.
I have to just get more storage space.
Yeah, and I gotta be sending you more potion bottles so that you have harder time with that. Just that there's so much stuff here that is like that. But as said, you can send in a box. You could put a lot of stuff that you just want to sell into a box, and you could send it to me so that I can just keep it, and then I can send that stuff to you later, for example.
Yeah.
I think crafting items are the ones that you should definitely be keeping for yourself, but something like just sending.
I'm just kind of wondering if this cloth cap would have more armor, but I would lose my +1 perception.
This place does actually continue. There's another door here forward then. I was thinking that this might be it, but there is a door over here. Just so you know. Oh, there's food piles, of course, so you can get more sticks. You should be making some of those knockout arrows or knockdown arrows for Bite too, for sure, Visto.
Let's see.
Pot stills. I wonder how one uses these pot stills. I guess you could be using this to make potions. I don't know. There's pot stills here that you can use.
Down arrow head. I don't have any antlers.
Oh yeah, that's the reason then that you can't make any of exactly those ones at the very least. I got you another possible good dagger. I didn't look yet better how it is or what kind of a one it is. That's at least the armor that you may or may not want to use. Secrets of the Scrolls Volume 4. Do we learn anything new from this? Yes, we do actually.
Met inkpot and quill.
Let me read it. So, Secret of the Scroll. A gifted mage is also a calligrapher and an author, composing his own scrolls and even skill books before a magical book is procured. However, an appropriate pot of ink and quill enchanted with pixie dust must be obtained. If you can't find a quill, a whittled wither does the job. I'll send it to you. This one is, I'm pretty sure we have already read. Yep. I'll send it for you for selling. He Who Smells It, Volume 3.
Do I have
Yeah, we have read that. Here's way more freaking skulls for you. So you can grind them all into bone dust.
Alrighty, let the bone dusty thing.
Yep. Apparently we have read that book too. There's so many of these that we have in all reality already read before, so... There's more empty potion bottles for you. Sitten tämä, as in Finnish, this thing, this dagger.
You're just regressing in Finnish.
Yes, accidentally. But this dagger is inhuman rondel dagger of escaping, so its only special is that it gives 0.3% or 0.3 movement more, but it is a nice bonus as such, but it then has 26 to 42 piercing damage. I'm not sure how good your daggers were compared to that. I think you have relatively similar dagger, the other one. Probably.
Probably. Oh, do I have any ink pots?
I just sent you 510 gold coins at the very least, so you can have quite a bit of that. But yeah, you basically have to be sorting your inventory at least enough so you can move. At least I tried to be pretty much looting everything over here, so...
Righty. Now I have a new dagger.
Yay! So it was better.
It was better, yeah.
Okay, good.
I just lost some HP, but that wasn't much.
Okay, good. And anyways, the Pie Daughter has the movement bonus also in one of her items, which I think is very useful. She of course has even 0.35 movement from the armor, but it's really useful for trying to get those good shots and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just sending you some items.
Like I said, it would be nice if you... Can you send then at least one of those chests or something? So
Chest?
we can... Yeah, because I think that you had some sort of a locker sort of a thing, because it's way more logical that it's in something like that, so we don't have to be sorting it out all the time. Like, I'll send you this box, you can just put everything into secure lockbox you want me to keep, and I'll send it to you when you want it. Okay? It's a lot more logical that way, so that I don't have to be looking around, well, what is in here that you might have sent to me, and so on and forth, you know? Okay, maybe I'll have a look if I can, if there's anything in some of these books that we hadn't read previously. Crafting and Cooking with Maradino, I'm pretty sure we read this thing. Yeah. The History of Sicil, I don't remember if we read that. I don't think we read the one with the name Pirate's Life. Did we? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we haven't, so I'll read the Pirate's Life while you're sorting that out, okay?
Yeah.
The book's tight bindings belies its age. Bits of crumpling pages stick to your fingers as you turn each page. A Pirate's Life. Shipmate Fulkerson's diary. Whoever came up with the idea to go hunting for treasure in Sicil should be keelhauled. I cared not for diaries before we ended up in this accursed place. As I fear the end is night, I feel obliged to warn my fellow pirates, avoid Sicil. As sunny as its beaches are, as golden as the sun shines its cobblestone roads, equally corrupt is this hellhole. There are laws for everything in Sicil, and every law contradicts the other. The beginning we tried to work alongside the system for some time, better to ease down to local suspicions, you see. But I fear every trader that sets foot in Sicil must become a pirate or an outlaw, whether they realize it or not. There are taxes.
How can I still have too much? Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Whether they realize it or not. There are taxes on docking a ship, there are taxes on owning a ship, there are taxes on docking without a ship, there are taxes on boarding and unboarding the ship, but one cannot unboard without having boarded in Sicil first. Oi, what's it even mean? There are taxes on entering the tavern if you're not a Sicilian, and there's a law against entering the tavern if you ain't a Sicilian. How have we been able to do all of this stuff then?
I don't know. Well, we are source hunters.
I guess.
We have special privileges, I think.
I guess so. Unaware, you enter, pay the tax, and then get thrown in jail when the locals realize your anchor's set elsewhere. But that's not the worst part. We came here looking for treasure. There is skull-shaped cave on the beach, and the captain is certain there's a pirate bounty within. We have sent out a dozen of our best men a fortnight ago, but they've yet to return. The rumor among our men is that the cave is haunted, hogwash. The rest of us will investigate tomorrow. If our crew has not returned, then it's goodbyes, I seal. I'm not sure if they returned from that cave. We gotta find that cave someday that they're talking about.
What can I still throw away? I have still too much stuff, even though I sent so much to you.
Oh dear. I guess it just wasn't very heavy stuff. That was probably the problem.
Maybe, but I think there was some armor and stuff.
It is armor, but like the cap stuff especially is like 0.40 fate at least only. Most of this stuff is very light, actually, that you send, at least from what I can see.
Okay.
Very, very light stuff. You should be looking into there's the common, and then it says the fate, and then it says the value of it.
Send it back. I have some weapons still that I can put there.
Good. Do that. I'll read another book. Like Cracking Up the Crowd, the Definite Guide. We never read that yet. So battered around the edges, this book bears the telltale signs of having been much beloved by the less than responsible set. Much like making love, comedy requires equal parts passion and delivery. Fever for the stage is not enough. Oh, no, no, no. The truly successful comedian will study the details of the craft through countless long, lonely nights in preparation for his rendezvous with the audience. Compiled within this volume are some of the Revelion's finest funnies, enough to make the granite statue grin. This seems to be a pretty long book. During a dwarven funeral, the bearer of the casket accidentally bumps into a wall and hear a faint moan. They open the casket and find out that the dwarven woman inside is actually alive. The entire funeral party rejoices and a joyful tear springs into her husband's eye. The dwarven lady lives for 10 more years and then dies. There is another funeral for her. At the end of the service, the bearers carry out the casket. As they are walking out, the husband cries out, "Watch out for the wall!" An elf and an orc show up in the hall. Watch out for the wall. I don't... Like, if that's one of the stories, or supposed to be funny.
Maybe.
The bearers carry out the casket and then they start walking out and the husband cries out, "Watch out for the wall." What? I don't understand. Because then we start to go and suddenly talk about an elf and an orc, so it seems like that's supposed to be the funny thing, okay? I don't quite understand, but okay. An elf and an orc show up in a hall of echoes at the same time. The orc says he froze to death, and the elf says he died of a heart attack. "How did that happen?" asked the orc. The elf replied, "Well, I came home and thought I heard my wife in bed with someone else, but when I searched the house, I couldn't find anybody. I was so stricken with remorse for wrongly accusing my wife of infidelity, I had a heart attack and died on the spot." "Jeez," says the orc, "if you'd opened the icebox, we'd both be alive right now." So, yeah, the elf's wife had been cheating with the orc, who had frozen death in the freaking... what was it? Icebox? Yeah. The orc was hiding in the icebox and froze to death, and the elf was so believing that he had actually falsely accused the woman, or his wife, that he had the heart attack or something. What was it? Died of a heart attack. So elf and orc, they had the same story, sort of. That at least made more sense to me. Okay.
Yeah.
Then every 10 years, the elven wood priests in the high monastery are allowed to break their vow of silence to speak 2 words. Then years go by, and it's one priest's first chance. He thinks for a second before saying, "Food bad." 10 years later, he says, "Bed hard." It's the big day, a decade later. He gives the head priest a long stare and says, "I quit." So 30 years spent in like that, one sentence each 10 years, and then finally he quit. I'm not surprised. The elven high priest says, "You've been complaining ever since you got here." Did you get that? Like first 10 years passes, he says food bad. Then he says 10 years later bed hard. Then he says I quit 10 years after. And then the guy says you've been complaining ever since you got here.
Yeah.
Saying one sentence. Did you send me all the stuff now?
Yep.
Oh yeah, you should be healing yourself and I'm gonna heal by the turn. Okay. Yay, and you can actually walk.
Back on my feet again.
And the skulls are actually pretty heavy, yes.
Into the
Yep.
fray once more.
You couldn't ground all of it to dust?
Well, I didn't want to ground it all to dust, and the dust also weighs some, so...
Okay, but there's a door here. I think I explored all of these different things that I could be trying to get something out of. I think in here in the meantime. Yeah,
Probably.
corpses also. I looked through and everything. Cool, this initiate that is very dead. Okay, I'll make a quick save now that we have all of that sorted out. As such, you could sometimes consider trying to do some of that sneakiness. The conduit is there. The conduit is here. And it's level 20, I think. So
Great.
I'm not sure this is the right... Evelyn is there. Maybe the conduit is going to escape because Evelyn is level 6. Conduit is
Yeah.
level 20. She has to be the one that escapes. See, for
Yeah.
sure. I don't believe that she will...
Leave me be.
Hold it right there, young lady.
They're talking.
These whispers were true. Tell me who authorized this little trick of yours. Councillor Jake, made undead. How dare you waste your time on petty tricks while Brachus Rex is still underground? Have you forgotten your task?
Leandra, I wasn't expecting you. The counselor, he's... If I had known his fate concerned you,
Silence! You will address me by my title, you ungrateful little girl.
As will I, oh conduit. Let me stress how lovely it is to see your face once more. Even in my present condition,
Your function has been served, Counselor. I thank you for your efforts.
I live. I died only for your cause.
I do so despise dealing with one matter twice, Evelyn. I won't tolerate another such misstep. Pray that my ire will subside. Go on, pray.
Okay, so they had a little bit of a discussion. I'm sure that you listened to it too.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, red, more like.
Well, I just moved into their spot in the screen and listened to them in that sense, because then you can actually properly listen to them when you just
Yeah.
move your camera all the way over there. But yeah, okay, so I guess we're gonna be ruining their party, but okay, there's a zombie Jake, the guy that whose murder we were trying to solve and all. So sounds good.
Jake.
Oh yeah, burning eyes.
There's a rat for us to kill.
Yay. I hate the fact that we have to be killing all of these poor rats, but at least it's not quite that close. So, let's go.
2 rats.
Curse your stupidity,
They're coming closer.
Evelyn. Look over there. Your foolish games have brought source hunters into our very midst. I have no time for these distractions. Brachus Rex's resurrection is at hand. Deal with these insects and join me. Understand?
Of course, O Holy Conduit. I will deal with them swiftly.
See to it that you do.
Yeah.
You!
Hey, Evelyn. It's been a while.
Your stomping through my affairs has cost me dearly. More dearly than you'll ever know. What a pleasure it will be to see the source shred your every last sinew.
Okay, what do I want to say? I wonder what would be the best thing to say. Then it is true, you are a sorcerer.
Yes, a sorcerer, disciple of blood, chaser of life everlasting. For a true sorcerer, death is but an inconvenience to rid oneself of, Hunter. Brachus Rex, centuries in his grave, will walk again, healthy as a newborn babe. That is our power, the power of sorcery.
Who is this Brachus Rex and why are you trying to resurrect him?
He was the greatest sorcerer ever to have lived. His power outmatches us all. The secrets he carries within him are phenomenal. He will aid us in our task, Hunter. All you have seen, all we are trying to do, this is but the beginning.
I just kind of feel that if he would wake up, then he probably wouldn't have the same goals that they do.
Yeah.
That's just my idea. Maybe they will succeed, maybe they won't, but I just don't see how he would have the same goals exactly, or somehow help them. If he's a lot mightier, then why would he care about you guys?
Yeah.
Just saying. So what is Councillor Jake doing here, and what have you done to him?
That wretch is but a thrall, a tool, but the conduit trusted him. I was determined to find out why, and resurrected him. His unwillingness to cooperate has proven something of an annoyance, but no matter. We're nearly through, aren't we, Jake? Just a little more pain.
Funny that the rats are now immediately right here. Like, right here.
They wanted to come closer.
Yeah. Tell me more about the lady you called the conduit.
She is our leader. Leandra is her name. The conduit is her title. She aims to bring about...
It's so nice of you, by the way, to tell us all of this.
Well, she's evil. They always monologue.
But no, you are not worthy of such knowledge. The bird does not explain to the worm why it devours it.
Fine,
Said
something.
that you are doing so.
Yeah. That healing stone you had, was it fueled by the source magic too?
You mean my bloodstone, I suppose? Ha! It was named like that for a reason, Source Hunter. I'll put it simply. We start with Starstone. A pretty gem, but hardly special. It contains a potential, though, known only to the enlightened few. If imbued with blood, Starstone contains the power to heal. A life given to the stone is a life one can give to another.
It's kind of funny, though, that she's so willing to tell about this stuff anyways.
Yeah.
To save a great life must be sacrificed. This is what the conduit has taught us.
I'll take my leave.
Considering the imminent turn of the tide, Source Hunter, you should trust me when I say you're better off dead. Brachus Rex is rising, and soon Source will live again.
Goodbye, Evelyn. To be continued with Divinity Original Sin.